A great good morning to all of you. My name, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Rajan Singh. I am teaching in SVN PG College, Kalan, Sultanpur. Today I will discuss some few topics of the BSc second year from the unit, the phase rule. In the phase rule unit, first of all, we shall take the fundamental topics. See, fundamental topics of this unit. The first one is phase. Phase simply means the part of the heterogeneous system. The part of the heterogeneous system. Suppose this is any heterogeneous system, and when we consider any part, any single part, this part of the heterogeneous system, and this part, the part we are selected, this part would be uniform throughout. Uniform throughout means this part would be homogeneous, and this homogeneous part, or having the uniform composition, this part would be separated from the other part of the system by a boundary wall or by a boundary surface. This part is called as the phase. Now this particular part would be either solid, liquid, or it may be the gas. The mathematical symbol for defining the phase of a particular system, it is P. It is P. Now we shall take the example of the phases. The common example of the phases are the miscible liquids, miscible liquids, pure substance, etc. Now the second topic of this unit is component. First of all, we shall take the definition of the component. Component of the system can be defined as the minimum number of the variable constituents. Again I repeat, the minimum number of the variable constituent with the help of which we can define the different phases of the particular system, by a simple chemical formula. Means to say, if we take any single part and if we want to study the phase behavior, then this particular part that is the phase can be described with the help of the term component. The mathematical symbol for the component is C. The example of the component are the water system, sulfur system, etc. Let us take one by one. The first one, the water system. In the water system, this water system under equilibrium condition have the three phases, namely the solid ice, the liquid water, and the water vapor. That is solid ice, liquid water, and the water vapor. These three phases of the water system can be described by the simple chemical formula, that is H2O. That is, this solid ice, the solid ice have the chemical formula H2O, and it means to say this phase behavior of the water system having the solid composition can be defined by the single formula H2O. The second one, the liquid water, that is the liquid of the water system can be described by the chemical formula H2O. While the third one, this water vapor, this vapor of the water system can be described by the single formula H2O. So we can say the water system is an example of the one component system. One component system because all the phases of the water system are described by a single formula, that is the H2O. Now we shall take the next topic, next important topic, that is the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom. Degree of freedom of a particular system can be defined as number of the variables such as temperature, pressure or the concentration. Okay, these three variables, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration, must be specified, must be described in order to describe the different phases of the particular system. That is called as the degree of freedom. The degree of freedom have the symbol capital F. Have the symbol capital F. The degree of freedom may be non-variant, monovariant, bivariant or the trivariant. It depends upon the value of F, that is the degree of freedom. Let us take one by one. The first one, when we take the value, when we get the value F equal to 0, it means the system is non-variant. The system is non-variant, and it means for describing the different phase behavior of the water system, no variable factors such as temperature, pressure or the concentration are required, or simply we can say the system would be independent from these three variables, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration. And without these variables we can specify, we can describe the different phases of the water system. Now let us take the second condition, when the value of F equal to 1 or degree of freedom is equal to 1. It means the system is monovariant or univariant. The system is called as univariant or monovariant. Monovariant. It means for describing the different phases of a particular system under equilibrium condition, out of the three variables, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration, only one variables may be required. The one variable may be temperature, pressure or the concentration. Means to say, with the help of any one factor, that is the temperature, pressure or concentration, we can describe the different phases of the particular system. Now let us take the third one, third condition, when the value of F equal to 2. F equal to 2 means when the degree of freedom of a particular system it is equal to 2. And it means the system would be bivariant. The system would be bivariant. Bivariant means for describing the different phases of the particular system, out of the three variables temperature, pressure and concentration, we need only two variables. The two variables may be temperature pressure, may be pressure concentration or concentration temperature. And it means to say, with the help of these two variables we can describe or understand how the different phases are converted into one into another. Now let us take the third condition, fourth condition, that is when the value of F equal to 3. It means the degree of freedom of a particular system is 3, that is the trivariant. It means the system trivariant. It means for describing the different phase behavior of a particular system, anyhow the solid is converted into liquid or liquid is converted into the vapor. this phase transmission can be understood with the help of these three variables, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration. Or simply we can say in the when the system have the F equal to 3, we require all the three variables, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration. With the help of this we can describe the phase behavior of the particular system. These topics are some important or fundamental topics of this unit. Now I will take the important topic of this unit, that is the one component system. I will discuss the one component system. As you know, one component system simply means when the different phases of a particular system have the single chemical formula, or which can be represented by the single chemical formula, that is called as the one component system. The common example of the one component system, again you know, that is the water system and the sulfur system. In the water system have the three phases, namely the solid ice, the liquid water and the water vapor. These three different phases of the system are described by the single formula, that is the H2O, and hence the water system are said to be an example of one component system. Now we will take the second example, that is the sulfur system. Sulfur system is an example of one component system. Why? It is because the sulfur system under equilibrium condition have the four phases, namely sulfur monoclinic, sulfur rhombic, sulfur liquid and sulfur vapor. These four phases under equilibrium condition of the sulfur are described by the single chemical formula, that is S, or simply we can say all the four phases of the sulfur system are represented by a single formula, that is the S. So sulfur system is an example of the one component system. Now let us discuss the important feature of the one component system. General topics, I will take the general topics of this one component system. The important feature of the one component system can be described with the help of the phase diagram. And normally for one component system, the phase diagram are plotted between the temperature and the pressure. The important feature of the one component system are three. The first one is stable area, stable curve. Let's take one by one. Stable curve. The second one, the stable area, and the third one, the triple point. Let us take one by one. Stable curve of a one component system always have the two phases, and with the help of the Gibbs phase rule formula, that is F equal to C minus P plus 2, we can calculate the degree of freedom of the one component system. Let us take F equal to C, means one component system being a one component system, so the value of C would be 1. The number of phases along the stable curve, it is always equal to 2. So we take the value of P equal to 2, P stand for the phase, plus 2. After calculation we shall get F equal to 1. And it means to say, along the stable curve of a one component system, the system always would be univariant or the monovariant. It means for describing the different phase behavior, that is how the solid is converting into the liquid or liquid is converting into the vapor. Out of the three variables, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration, we require only one variable. It means to say, with the help of this temperature factor, we can describe the phase behavior. With the help of the pressure, that is the second factor, we can describe the phase behavior of the particular system. Similarly, with the help of this concentration or composition, we can describe the phase behavior of the particular system, that is F equal to 1. Now let us discuss the second important feature, that is the stable area. Along the stable area of a one component system, the total number of the phases, it is always equal to 1. It is always equal to 1. Means to say, along the stable area, the phase would be solid, may be liquid, or it may be the vapor phase. That is, the phase, value of phase would be always equal to 1. Now with the help of the Gibbs phase rule equation, that is the F equal to C minus P plus 2, we can calculate the degree of freedom, that is the F. That is F equal to C, value of C being a one component system, value is 1, phase, total number of the phases, it is equal to 1 plus 2, or F equal to 2. Means to say, the system along the stable area is bivariant. Bivariant because the value of F equal to 2. It means for describing the phase behavior, that is how solid is converting into the liquid or liquid is converting into the vapor, out of the three variables, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration, we require the two variables. Because the degree of freedom, it has the value 2. That is, it may be temperature pressure, it may be pressure concentration, or concentration temperature. With the help of this, we can describe the phase behavior of the stable areas. Now let us take the third important feature, that is the triple point. The triple point is the important feature. This is the important characteristics of each and every one component system. Triple point, first of all, we shall discuss the significance of the triple point. Triple point can be defined as the point at which the different phases of the system coexist under equilibrium condition. Means to say, at the triple point, the total number of the phases would be equal to 3. Total number of the phases equal to 3. This 3, the value 3 implies the phases would be either solid, liquid and the gas or vapor. All the three phases coexist under equilibrium condition. And again, with the help of the Gibbs phase rule equation, we can calculate the degree of freedom, that is the F. F equal to C minus P plus 2. When we substitute the corresponding value, that is F equal to C. C means 1. The value of C is 1 because it is an example of the one component system. Value of P, it is equal to 3 because at the triple point, the three phases, the solid, liquid and the vapor or the gas coexist. Plus 2, or after calculation F equal to 0. It means the system is non-variant or invariant. It means for describing the phase behavior along the triple point, no variable factor, that is the temperature, pressure and the concentration are required. Or simply we can say the point would be independent from temperature variable, pressure variable and the concentration variable. Hope the topic would be clear to all of you. Now I will take an example. With the help of these three important features, we can describe an example of the one component system. And today I will take the water system. Water system. Water system is an example of one component system. It is an example of one component system because all the three phases of the water system have the single chemical formula, that is the H2O. After then we shall plot a graph which is called as the phase diagram. The phase diagram of the water system are plotted between the temperature and the pressure. Temperature and the pressure. Let us plot a graph of water system. This is the simple diagram, phase diagram of the water system. The phase diagram of this water system are plotted between the pressure and the temperature. The critical temperature of the water system is 374 degrees centigrade. Now from this phase diagram it is clear, or we shall take the important features of this. The important feature of this water system of this phase diagram are stable curve, the second one stable area, and the triple point. Let us take one by one. From the phase diagram it is clear, it have the three stable curve, that is OA, OC and OB. The curve OC is called as sublimation curve. It is called as the sublimation curve. The curve OA, it is called as the freezing point curve, and the third curve, that is the curve OB, it is called as the vaporization curve. Let us take one by one, discuss one by one. Along the curve OA, the total number of the phases are equal to 2. Along the curve OC, the total number of the phases are equal to 2. Along the curve OB, the total number of the phases are equal to 2. In the sublimation curve, the two phases are solid and the vapor. Solid and the vapor, or means to say the solid and vapor are in equilibrium. And with the help of this Gibbs phase rule equation, we can calculate the degree of freedom. That is F equal to C minus P plus 2, or F equal to component have the value 1, phase, total number of the phase equal to 2, that is the solid and the vapor plus 2, or F equal to 1. It means for describing the stable curve, we require only one variable factor. This variable factor may be temperature, pressure, or the concentration. Similarly, along the curve OA and OB, we can calculate the degree of freedom equal to 1. Let us discuss along the curve OA. This curve OA is called as the freezing point curve. At this curve, the total number of the phases are equal to 2. That is the solid are in equilibrium with the liquid. And again, with the help of this formula, we can calculate the degree of freedom. It will come 1, or we can say the system would be univariant or the monovariant. The third curve, stable curve, it is called as the vaporization curve, that is OB. Along this curve, the total number of the phases are equal to 2. That is